So I just went out and cut another batch of posts. Sorry it's been a while since I made a video, but I've had a remodeling project going on in the house. I tore out some drop ceiling, replaced it all with drywall, opened up between my kitchen and my living room. I'm finishing a downstairs bathroom, finishing an office. When I'm done, I'm going to do hardwood floors, which I've been working on the mill, and got a bunch cut now. I think enough I can take and get it kiln dried. So I just been busy, but I'm cutting these locust posts, 8 foot long. Now I'm bracing my corners. So I'll show you kind of how I brace a corner here. 3 posts, 1 in the corner obviously, and then 1 on each side of your square. So I'm trying to make these about anywhere from 8 feet on in, so that I can use my 8 foot posts as braces, as you can see there. So what I do is, you can get these pins at Tractor Supply. It's the same way you'd set up like a high tensile or barbed wire fence if you're putting in pasture, and you'll drill a hole, tap those in. On this side you only drill it halfway into the main center post there. On these ones you will drill straight through, tap your pin in, drill a hole in this brace on each side obviously, put that end up first, stick this end up there, hold it, and then you'll tap this pin in, and you want to leave about a ½ inch there because you're going to run a wire and brace that right from the bottom of that corner to the top of this pin. And I'll show you how to do all that. Probably doesn't make sense until you see it, but it's coming out good. I got this auger. I've been looking for a while on Marketplace and Craigslist, and this guy had this auger. He had it all tore apart on a pallet in his garage, and he wanted $350 I think for it is what I paid. And I went right up and got it one day right after work, and it's been a great little investment. It came with a 6-inch and a 9-inch I think bit. So been needing one of those for a while, but they're hard to get a good deal on. So I got some peppers in here, some cukes, some squash, and some pumpkins and tomatoes. So we'll see how it does. These braces I'm doing at 4 foot. So I'll drill my holes right at 4 foot there. Measure my width here. It's about 63 inches. So I'll cut one of these at 63. So the longer you brace, the width in between here, if you can make it 10 foot, that's great, especially if you're going on a long stretch. But I mean, these are 50-foot stretches of straight line fence, so it's really not a Not a crucial part of the integrity of the fence when you got such short runs. And I'll stick this up here. And tap that in there. So that's really all there is to it. So I was gonna make a video on bracing these corners here, and kind of got carried away. Started in the far corner, was working my way around. I was gonna save this one for last, and just wanted to make sure I remembered how to do it. It's been a few years since I've done any high tensile style corners like this, and ended up doing the fourth corner without thinking about it, and so I didn't get anything on camera, but I think I can explain it, and there's lots of other videos out there, I'm sure. But you got these crimp sleeves, you got this special tool for crimping them. I'll show you over here. So you cut a piece of that wire, and you'll wrap one piece around and leave it hang just about halfway across your corner diagonally. Obviously crimp it up there. The one end goes around your pin that you leave out half an inch or so for that to hang on to. The other end, you'll cut another piece of wire, you'll wrap that around, and you'll crimp it there, and that'll come up, and that'll go to your what I want to call, I don't know, ratchet. For lack of a better word, I know there's a name for it, but I can't think of it right now. So that's what tightens your fence. So you'll come up, and you can do that before you put this piece of wire on. You can crimp this one onto this wire. But you want to crimp that, then crimp it down there, and then you take this wire and you pull it tight and you put it up through this hole, and then you got a special tool, which I'll show you here. And this is what you use to tighten it up after it's fed through that hole. So do that on each side of your corner, just like that. Your outside post is always where you wrap the bottom of the wire around, and then your inside of your post, like I said, the wire will rest on this pin that you put through to hold this cross brace on with. So I got this woven wire at the local farm store. It pays to shop around. These are 100-foot rolls. Tractor Supply wanted $150 a piece, and I got both of these for $150 at local farm store. So make sure you call around. The bigger stores aren't always the cheapest for this stuff. But what I'm doing is going around, got about 200 linear feet of fencing here to do, you know, minus the gates and all that. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting these. This will wrap around this post, and then I'll hook it back to itself. I'll show you that here in a minute. But what I'm going to try to do is unroll this myself. I know they make tools for it, and that's great, but I don't really want to spend a whole lot of money. And these rolls aren't super heavy, being 100-foot rolls. If you had a 300-foot roll, obviously you're not going to want to try and manhandle that 100 yards down the line, but I think I can do it on these just fine. So let's see how it goes. All right, hopefully I don't regret this, but I'm gonna just unroll it. I tried spinning it and walking with it as I was kind of spinning it, and that was gonna take all night. We don't have all night. We do, but see what this gets us. Ouch. Should definitely have some leather gloves on. Glad I didn't get the 300-foot roll. So here's kind of what I'm doing. I took a trim board and cut it in half. Hopefully that's strong enough. I was having second thoughts about that after I decided to use it, but I basically sandwiched the fence in between both of those boards that I cut and screwed them together. I've got a chain on top, or the same chain, hooked to the top and the bottom, and then I hooked it to the tractor. So what I'm going to try to do is back up and put even pressure or even force. You can see there's more slack in the bottom chain right now, but I'm going to tilt my bucket forward a little bit, and hopefully that'll help. It should help correct that, but I'll keep an eye on that. I'm going to back up real slow and just see what happens here. And then I'll try to fasten that, if I can get it tensioned how I want it. I hear some cracking, so I'm gonna hop off the tractor and see what's going on here. It's probably that, but I just want to see how tight this is. It's really not bad at all. I mean, that'll look pretty nice once you get it all fastened. So all I'm doing here is putting some wire around. Probably put a staple in between each of these, but that'll hold it right tight to the post. I'm going to do that all the way down. So that's what I'm going to be spending the next few minutes doing. And then we'll release the tension on that and see what it looks like.